Hello, everybody. I want to make a quick video about medical warfare. Medical warfare is something that I coined the term myself because I don't think a lot of people are familiar with it or even know that it exists. So, let me tell you about the medical warfare that I experienced at HCMC, Hennepin County Medical Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Um, this was September. I don't know what day I got there, but it was my fiance got shot September 7th and went into a coma. He was transferred to HCMC. So I got there whenever I was allowed to get there. I had to get on a list because he was a shot victim, and that took a while because I didn't know his family or anything. So when I get there, um, I met the doctors. Immediately, as soon as I came in, they rushed in to see who I was because they want to talk to the family members about possible organ donation. That was their motive. So as soon as I met them, they said, "Oh, well, he's not going to live. People don't come back from these type of comas. The brain does not regenerate new brain cells." That's what they told me. Now I can quote this. There was a black doctor that told me that he was like an African, and he had an African name. I can't remember his name, but I was like, "Oh, you from Africa?" And he was like, "Oh, my parents." I said, "Oh, you African?" He said, "Oh, my parents are African." So that let you know that nigga was not one of us any motherfucking way. So anyway, I was like, okay, my parents are African. Okay. So he's the one that told me to lie about the brain does not regenerate new brain cells. I didn't know if it did or not. So I went home and I researched it and I seen that yes, the brain does regenerate new brain cells. It's a lot of different stimulants that help the brain regenerate new brain cells. And I also called Dr. Sabi's wife. I called my eye and I asked them about comatose victims and what I need to do to get him up out of this coma. So my eye told me to give him Maya, which I had, and I have here. I got the Maya. She told me give him Maya. She told me order the Bolo, which is one of her products, and Nervino. And he also needed brain food, but she said she was out of brain food. They haven't been able to find the one herb that's like a key ingredient in brain food for a while. So we didn't have that. So anyway, my son helped me. He ordered the Bolo and Nervino for my fiance because I didn't have any money at the time. I was broke as a joke. So when it came, I made it up, and I had made it in liquid form because I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to give it to him. She told me that I could have them put it in his IV, or I could have him put it in his feeding tube. Now I didn't know. I've never been in a hospital. I never worked in the hospital. I've never really had to deal with a person in a coma. This is the first person I ever dealt with, ever seen in a damn coma. So I didn't know anything about a feeding tube. So when she told me have him put it in the feeding tube, I went there and I was like, "Can y'all put this in his feeding tube?" Lo and behold, he didn't even have a feeding tube. He had got there on the 7th, and I got an actual picture of the day that I went there. And the first day I went there, I took a picture of me and him, and he didn't even have a feeding tube. So I told her, I said, he don't have a feeding tube. And she said, ask them to give him a feeding tube. So that's when I started asking them to give him a feeding tube. So basically what they was actually doing They was actually starving his brain because in order for your brain to regenerate new brain cells, you need nutrients. You need minerals. You know what I'm saying? So basically they was starving him because they was going to give him this brain dead test and they wanted him to fail. And once he failed, then they could pull his plug legally. Now legally, you know how they make up their laws overnight when they sleeping. So legally they could pull his plug and then they can pull his plug and kill him and hopefully get his organs is what the fuck they want. So anyway, yeah, September 11th, 2019 is when I went there and I took this picture. And he ain't have no damn feeding tube. So then I had to contact his mother. Okay, so let's see. He shot on the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. That's 4 days without a feeding tube. And they didn't give it to him that day. We had to steady keep calling up there, asking. It was several days before they gave this man a feeding tube. So this whole time he just starving. Brain starving, the nutrients, everything. But they gave him the brain dead test. I can't remember the date they gave it to him. But he passed, you know, because he was strong. He was fighting. He was a fighter. They knew he was strong. That's why they wanted his organs and shit. But anyway, so I came there with the Maya because that's all I had. I had Maya left over from somebody else I had ordered it from, and so I came there with the Maya, and I was like, can y'all give him this, you know, to help bring him out the coma? I didn't want to tell them too much about Dr. Sabi or whatever, but I had to. So I told him about his wife. That's where I got it from. She makes this product. And they say, yeah, well, bring the bottle and let us see the ingredients on the bottle. So I brought the bottle, of course. And the ingredients are it's water, it's vegetable glycerin, molasses, burdock root, bugleweed leaf and flower, dandelion root, star thistle, sarsaparilla root, sarsaparilla root, and burnet root. Okay, it got 22.2% iron, 6.6% calcium, and that's all I see on here. 3 grams of sugar, sodium 3 milligrams. Okay, so I showed them this and they say, oh, they look at the ingredients and they say, oh, we don't want him. They said, it looks like this has potassium in it. How much potassium does this have in it? We don't want him to have too much potassium because too much potassium will stop his heart. This is what they said, right? Which is some fucking bullshit, right? I believe that there's a difference between organic potassium, which this is, because it's from the earth, it's from the herbs, it's from God, and it's made of what you made of, right? And the shit that they make, the man-made potassium. I believe, I don't know, I haven't researched that, I don't fucking know, but I believe that. But anyway, so that's the thing. Number one, I should have been thinking on my feet. I should have said, well, guess what? How about y'all go and measure his potassium levels and let's see what it is because y'all been starving him since he got here. You ain't gave him no fucking feeding tube. That's what I should have said. But I'm trying to be nice. You know, I didn't want them to see, you know, my real colors and kick me out, you know, because motherfuckers do you know. So anyway, I I just was trying to be cool and play my role. Like I said, I didn't know his family, they didn't know me, so I didn't want to come and like take over and be real aggressive, which I should have fucking did. But anyway, So anyway, long story short, a few days go on, a few weeks or whatever. I'm steady asking them every day to give them the herbs. So I try to figure out how to give them the herbs my damn self because they're not listening to me. They're not trying to do shit I'm talking about. So anyway, they did give him a feeding tube, and I was trying to get the shit in the feeding tube. It wasn't happening. We set up dates where we were supposed to talk to the doctors and meet with the doctors and shit and see if we can get the herbs into the feeding tube or give them to them some kind of way. But I had to wait on the family, and the family was out of town because they wouldn't listen to me because somebody, the ex, came up there and told them that I wasn't family because I had told him I was his sister so they could do things for him that I asked them to do. But she came and destroyed that, of course. So anyway, they didn't listen to nothing I said. So the meetings was supposed to happen. Then the meetings didn't happen because the ex came and started shit with me at the hospital and got me kicked out and stuff. So long story short, he didn't ever get the herbs. I tried to give it to him one day. Since he had his mouth open, I put it in his mouth. And that took, messed up his airway because that was his airway. And they had to get it out. So that didn't work. And it wasn't until later that I found out I should have got this in pill form and just put it right up under his tongue on either side. We have two natural IVs on either side of our tongue. So if you're ever in this situation, you can get capsules and just place them right there on either side of the under the tongue. Right them two little like hole things that we got there. But anyway, their plan was unfolding. So they secretly gave him another brain dead test on a Tuesday. I think that was like the 24th of September. I think that was a Tuesday. I know it was a Tuesday, but I don't remember the exact date. I think it was the 24th. So they snuck and gave him that. Didn't tell me, didn't tell nobody, you know. And I couldn't be up there like I wanted to because I had my babies and I had to go home with them. So I couldn't spend the night. I was only able to spend the night one night the whole time he was up there. So anyway, yeah, so they gave him that test. They didn't mention it. They didn't say nothing about it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, until Friday. Friday the 27th, I got a call from the mother, and she said that I forget. They said that he was pronounced dead at 2:30 on Friday. So I'm like, what? Because I was just up there Thursday, and he was there, still there. He was doing really good. He was responding to pain because they would give him a shot in his stomach and he would move. And I was like, oh, when I was there when they did that, and I was telling the nurse, I was like, oh, good, he responding to pain because I know that that's a sign that you're coming out your coma. And it was like, oh no, that's not a response to pain. No, I said, dude, I'm sitting up here looking at you. Give him a shot in the stomach and he move immediately after you give him that shot. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what you say. That's a response to fucking pain, bitch. Man, I'm telling you, I hate these white motherfuckers. I hate these bitches to the fucking core. These bitches ain't nothing but the devil. Nothing but the fucking devil. Period. Nothing else. Nothing else. Man, look. So anyway, I say you can't tell me what the fuck I just seen. Okay? I didn't cuss like that, but I really wanted to. I get tired of them insulting our fucking intelligence. Bitch, I'm seeing this shit with my own two eyes. You gonna tell me what I didn't just see? Get man. Anyway, so that was good for me, right? To see that shit. And then he would move his feet too, and they say, "Oh, that's not movement. That's some type of response." I forgot what they called that. I would have to look it up because I wrote it down. But they're saying that a signal is sent from, not from the brain to move, but it's sent from a muscle or from your toe or something like that. They saying that it was, the muscle was sent from his, the signal was sent from his foot, hit the spinal cord and came back down, and that's why his foot moving. All signals are sent from your brain. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Every signal to move a part of your body is sent from your brain. Come on now. Anyway, so long story short, I came there Friday night, but I had ran into my homegirl that I had fell out with. And she is the one that told me, "Bitch, you should have put them pills under his tongue." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I thought about that, but I didn't know where exactly to do it. But anyway, long story short, so that night I went up there and they was like, he they said that he failed the brain dead test on Tuesday because there's no oxygen or no blood going to his brain. And I'm like, okay. So we all know that brain dead is a hoax. Brain dead is what they use to steal your organs. Point point blank period. That's their little thing that they came up with. It's a doctor who I researched that explained where brain death came from. It's another one of their lies that they came up with back, I think he said 1985, when they took and killed a baby and they had to cover it up. And they covered it up with this fake diagnosis of brain death or whatever. So anyway, the doctor was telling me that, I said, well, I'm going to move him to hospice at my house. I can take care of him because if I got him out of there, then I could get him to my house and I could put the herbs in his feeding tube myself, and he'll come out that coma. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get him in hospice. He can come to my house. He ain't got to stay here. So I called hospice. I found a hospice that said, I found two hospice that they'll come and get him and bring him to my house the next day. So I'm like, okay, good. But I didn't have any of his information. I didn't have his full social security number or nothing to give them. So I had to wait till the family came. And I also found a nursing facility that does ventilators, have patients on ventilators. They said they would take him. They would come and get him the next day. But mind you, they waited until Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. to call us and tell us that they was going to pull his plug in 24 hours. You see what I'm saying? They did the test on Tuesday. He failed the brain dead test, quote unquote, bullshit, and waited till Friday at 7 o'clock is when I heard about it, to tell us, oh, we finna pull his plug at 2:30 Saturday. Okay, y'all wait until the courts are closed on the weekend. Y'all wait until the lawyer's office are closed on the weekend. Y'all wait until most of the hospice and nursing homes is closed. And the ombudsman is closed. Because from my understanding, the ombudsman is who will come in and stop stuff like this. So if you ever, that's in Minnesota. I don't know if that's like a nationwide thing, but if you ever have any problems, look for the ombudsman. I think it's spelled with a OMBUDSOM or SUM or something like that. But anyway, long story short, the family was on their way up there. The nurse, it was a white nurse with brown hair. I wish I knew her name, but the doctor's name is Dr. Bob Christie. Now, he is the one that helped. He's there all the time, 24/7. He is the one that helped to plot to kill him from day one. Day one. Just a dirty white devil. walking around just disgusting. You know what I'm saying? No one in there cared about life, cared about his life, black life, period. You know, I talk to that cracker every day, you know, and tried to get him to give him these herbs. It just wasn't happening. And I know I'm leaving a lot of information out. But long story short, they was after his organs. They came, I guess somebody needed a liver in that hospital. I'm pretty sure they were white. So they wanted to pull his plug like that weekend and take his liver and give it to some fucking body else. So anyway, the family couldn't get there because they was coming from out of town. So they couldn't get there right away. But they did get there late that night. I think it was Saturday night. But the white nurse with the brown hair, she was so excited to pull his plug. She could not fucking wait. When I tell you this dirty white bitch, she could not fucking wait. This bitch was so motherfucking happy about, excited that she get to pull this nigga plug. Like, so I'm just sitting there and I told him, man, I told him, I let him hear me on the phone with the nursing home so he could know that kind of like what was going on, but I didn't want to come out and tell him, like, I didn't know what to tell him. But I let him hear me talking to the nursing home and the hospice, and I'm like, well, hospice and the nursing home, they said they gonna come get you. So when your family get here, I'm gonna let them know, we can get you over to that nursing home or to my house or whatever. I let them know that. And he's a Muslim. He was a Muslim, and my homegirl, she she she's a Muslim. So she she came and she didn't come, but she said she did the Muslim prayers with him over the phone. She did the Muslim prayers, and the Muslim when she was doing the Muslim prayers, he started crying. He had tears come from both eyes because he had a glass eye. So I didn't know, like, if his eye was just leaking or whatever. But I looked and he had tears coming from both eyes. And so I knew he wasn't brain dead. There's no such thing as brain dead. Do not let them tell you that. Do not believe that shit. Fuck what these white motherfucking demon quote unquote doctors, because they not no fucking medical doctors. They don't know shit. I tried to tell the family they wanted his organs from day one because I could tell by the conversation when I came in how they was like, oh, gloom and doom, oh, he gonna die, he ain't gonna make it out this coma. The brain, then that's a lie. The brain does not regenerate new brain cells, blah blah blah. So don't listen to them. They have a law where they can pull these people's plug for a heart, like a heart thing. They gave me the paper, and I hate that I don't have that paper. I don't know what I did with that paper, but it has like a heart thing. Like if you have heart failure, I guess they can pull your plug, or brain if you don't pass that brain dead test. What they do, what a brain dead test is, they take you off the ventilator for a period of time, and I think you have like a few seconds to breathe on your own, to take one breath within like 8 seconds or something like that. And if you don't take that breath on your own, then they can say that you're brain dead. Now, I know for a fact he was taking his own breaths because the nurse came in there and told me. She looked at the machine. She was like, he taking a lot of breaths on his own. This was before they had told me about the brain dead test or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's good. I said, how can you tell? She said, oh, I can just look at the monitor and tell. And I'm like, show me how so I could see, but she didn't show me. But anyway, I knew he was progressing. I knew he was coming out that coma. And they just killed him. They wanted his liver. So like the day that they was gonna pull his plug, the nurse kept coming in there. They sent the people that steal your organs, they came in there to talk to me. And I told him, I said, y'all not taking his organs. He's not giving you his liver. They said that the family had called up there and signed his organs over the phone. And I'm like, damn, how the fuck do you sign organs over the motherfucking phone? And why? You see what I'm saying? What happened, what I believe happened, they had tricked the mother into doing that because they couldn't make it up there. They was rushing, 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 trying to get there, get the family together, whatever. And they just like blackmailed her into doing this. Because they were saying that they not gonna be able to see him if they don't hurry up, and basically they said if you don't sign. So this is what I was told: if you don't sign over his organs over the phone with us now, then you won't be able to see him. We're gonna pull the plug now and blah blah blah. That's what I was told. But anyway, I told them, I said they had the baby mama on the phone pretending like she was a sister. So I said that's not his sister. She cannot sign over his organs to you. You don't even know who you're talking to on that fucking phone, you know. So the lady was like, no, 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 whatever. And I was finna turn up on the bitches. So I had to try to calm my fucking self down and stuff. But I had at that point I knew that I had to say goodbye to him and leave because I was headed to jail and I didn't have no money. So I couldn't make the bail, and I had my babies at home. So I said my goodbyes to him, you know. It like everybody was working against me. But my point of this is later on that day when I got home, I think it was that night or the next night, I went on Facebook and I'm a member of all the Dr. Sabi groups. And it was a member in there that posted this chart of your body and it listed all the minerals in your body. And one of the minerals that it listed was potassium. And it lists what each mineral does for your body. And it listed that potassium brings oxygen to your brain and blood flow. Now you remember I showed them the Maya. Remember that? Showed them the Maya. And they said, oh, we can't give that to him because it has potassium in there. We don't want him to have too much potassium because that could possibly stop his heart. Remember that? So basically, it was a setup. Don't give him no fucking potassium because potassium is going to bring oxygen and blood flow to his brain and help him to regenerate new brain cells. It was all a setup. It was all a setup from the beginning. So I just want to make everybody aware. You cannot trust the doctors. You cannot trust the hospitals, because I know a lot of you niggas love to trust the doctors in the hospitals, and you go in there trying thinking these motherfuckers finna help you. Yes, they can make you feel better with the medicine, but they're not curing your symptoms. They are suppressing your symptoms with this poison ass medicine. That's it. You know, them doctors, the goal is to kill you. They get money for killing you. They get money for your organs. They get money for your selling your social security number on the stock market after you dead. They get money for your melanin in your skin. They get a lot of money when they kill you. You know, they don't care nothing about you. You need to ask yourself, what is the kill rate at the hospital? What's the kill rate? How many people walk out of there back to normal, healthy, better than they was when they came in? And how many people never walk out of there? They leave out of there in the morgue. They're not going to give us those numbers, because the numbers of people that's being rolled out of there in the morgue is in the 90s percentile. It got to be 95%, 96, 97, 98 or better. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have any family there, man, I don't know. It depends on what hospital you go to. If you HCMC, Hennepin County Medical Center, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. Especially if you're a black gunshot victim. It's over for you. That Dr. Bob Christie, if y'all get him or encounter him, tell him you do not want him. You do not want nothing to do with him. That cracker is the devil. The motherfucking devil. He acted like I was wrong for wanting my husband to live, my fiance to live and not get his. Why do y'all want to kill him today? Why don't you want him going to a nursing home? Why don't you want him going to hospice? Why do you want to kill him today? Because you want that liver. You see what I'm saying? They was dead set on pulling his plug that day. Like, why? He don't have to stay here. He can be transferred somewhere else. He don't have to stay here. So I requested that too. I requested a second opinion because they say you can have a second opinion. Oh, we already had a second opinion, you know. So, but yeah, if you ever in this situation, just watch out for these things, because the goal is death. And back to my point about why we go to these hospitals, and these hospitals have 95 to 96, 97, 98% kill rate. Why do we go there? Why are we still going there? You know, that don't really make any sense. You can cure yourself with natural healing herbs. You can cure yourself of anything. And of course, if you get shot by a gun, yeah, you need to go there. But you need to be having these herbs as well to get you back to where you need to be. And also, before I leave, I shared this information with my stepson. I told everybody because I was just so hurt that I couldn't save him, and I didn't figure out that I could have put it under his tongue until the day that till they killed him. So I told everybody, if anybody ever get in a coma, put the herbs right up under their tongue, blah, blah, blah. So my stepson brother tried to commit suicide. He went in a coma. And my stepson called and told his wife what I had told him. And she was able to sneak and give him the herbs. She was able to give it to him for 3 days. She snuck and gave it to him for 3 days under his tongue. And that next week, he came out of his coma. So when my son told me that, my stepson, I was so hurt. I only needed 3 days, y'all. 3 days in a week. you know. But yeah, they caught his wife giving him the herbs and kicked her out. But he came back, he came back after a week later. So, I'm just saying all of this because we need to coin and term the phrase medical warfare, because they not only killing us on the streets, they not only killing us through food, they not only killing us in the jails, they killing us in their motherfucking hospitals where we're going for help. They got the devil in that hospital, the white devil, and they got some black devils, like I told you. The black dude, I wish I knew his name, African doctor, is the first one that told me the lies about brain death and the brain not regenerating new brain cells. Um, so just be on the lookout. Just know if your family is ever in a coma in this situation, they could come out that coma. They just need natural herbs and nutrients, minerals. And if you don't know where to get them from, you can contact me. And see, after this happened is when we really got on that sea moss. Like if I'd have had sea moss, I could have at least rubbed it on his body, because I did rub them herbs on his body, but I didn't have enough to keep doing it like that. I wanted to put it directly into his bloodstream. So I was kind of like saving them, because the pills was $70 for one bottle. And like I said, I didn't have no money at the time. So, but when I did rub them on him, I put them on his groin area, because I had heard that, I researched that in males, their groin area is 300 times more absorbent, so things could get in their bloodstream. And it worked. It did work, because I called up there. I put it on his head too, because I know that Dr. Sabi had saved my eye by putting herbs on her scalp, on her head, when she couldn't take them by mouth or whatever. And I did that, and it did work a little bit. It balanced out his heart rate. They said that because his heart was working too fast, it was like it almost at 100. And when I gave him the herbs, it went down around the 70s. And I had called up there and said, "How's he doing?" I'm checking and shit. They didn't know I gave it to him. And they was like, "Oh, he's doing good. His heart is not working so much, because they said that his sepsis is going away, which he had an infection, his sepsis or whatever. And so them herbs was killing that fucking infection and making his heart work, normally, a little bit more normal." And I was like, "Oh, good, the shit working," because the herbs work so fast. They are very powerful. They work so fucking fast. But I couldn't afford to keep giving it to him like that, because I didn't know if my son would order more or not. And I was trying to get his family to order some, but they didn't. And they didn't believe in him. They didn't believe in him. His mother told me that I'm not a doctor, you know. Now the doctors are sitting up here telling you that their level of care is over for your son. I'm trying something else that I know for a fact works. It works for everybody. It has worked for other people before. Why won't it work for him? Because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a white man. You can't listen to me. That's what's wrong with you niggas. You don't want to listen to black people. If the white man tell you something, then okay, his word is motherfucking bond. But if a nigga tell you something, oh, you don't know nothing, you not no doctor. You feel me? No, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm a healer. How about that? The fuck? But anyway, I'm off that. Um, what the fuck was I saying? I forgot what the fuck I was saying. But long story short, don't trust these hospitals. They have a kill rate. When you go to that hospital, you ask them, how many of your people walk up out of here? How many of your people are carried up out of here in the morgue? Ask them to release those numbers. Then I bet you niggas, if you got any sense, you will stop going there. If you ain't got no sense, your dumb black ass gonna keep fucking going there. Like sometimes I just think y'all so fucking stupid. Like y'all are in some deep fucking comas. Like what the fuck is wrong with y'all? When your fucking family get in these fucking hospitals, these fucking meat, what is these chop shops, meat market, whatever. This ain't no place for care. They don't give a fuck about you. You are a fucking dollar sign. You stupid motherfuckers. Like I want to come and slap the shit out you motherfuckers through this fucking camera. Y'all is so fucking stupid. Y'all got to wake the fuck up. You got to really be careful who the fuck you got over your goddamn body if anything happened to you. I don't have no stupid God gon' work it out ass motherfucker over your body. Do you hear me? Oh, God gonna do what God gonna do. I don't want to hear that shit. God gives you the tools. God gives you the tools, which he gave us this motherfucking tool, which none of y'all will help me give to him or nothing because I'm not a fucking doctor. You feel me? So this brainwashed religious church house nigga, I'm sick of y'all. I'm just fed up with y'all. Y'all are stupid. Why do you think so many of us is dying? So they killing so many of us because of your mind frame, because the way that you think. You know what I'm saying? You have to think. Come on now. If your enemy keeps killing you over and over and over and over again, I mean, like, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all need to wake up. But anyway, I believe that's all the information I got to say. It probably ain't all, but hopefully you get my point of what I'm trying to say. When you go to these hospitals, the family needs to be there. Do not allow them to do any tests, run any tests without first getting your handwritten permission. Nobody gave them permission to give him no brain dead test on Tuesday. Nobody. I didn't. But of course, they wasn't listening to me. So anyway, just be there. Don't let your family be there not 1 second without somebody in that room, somebody able to spend the night with them every fucking night. Whenever they come in there with a shot, excuse me, what is that shot that you're giving him? What is that? What is it for? What is it needed? Yeah, let's wait on that. I need to research that. You feel me? So get into your natural herbs. I read the names of the herbs off to you. You need to research Dr. Sabi's alkaline biomineral, African biomineral diet. Y'all need to research this. So anyway, on that note, I'm finna end my video. I hope this helps somebody. I hope that y'all be there for your family, especially when they get shot. When they get shot, like I said, that's a way for them to steal your organs. I want you to research, go on YouTube. It's a video of an old white man. He's a doctor that retired. Damn, I don't know his name. Let me try to find it. But he tells you about the hoax of brain death, the brain death hoax. He tells you the history of it, when they came up with it, why they came up with it, and why it's a hoax and all that shit. And let me try to find it real quick. My phone kind of slow. Oh, fuck. My phone real slow. Ah, brain death hoax. Tell me what you want from me. Take a look at what you see. Let me know if this right. They probably removed the video. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Brain death is a hoax. Don't donate your organs. Okay, this is the video, y'all. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. So you can please go and YouTube this video, and this doctor will explain the history of this and everything.
Invented nutrition in the vein. We identified
See the guy? Mm. Brain death is a hoax. Don't donate your organs. Let's see. That's the channel. Let me see. Whose channel? It says Messenger. Messenger. It's spelled Messanger, and then it's spelled again Messanger. 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 That's the name of this like, what do you call it, like this page or whatever? Messanger. Messanger. Brain death is a lie. Anyway, all right, y'all. Love y'all. Black power, black people. Love y'all. Y'all gonna reclaim that throne. Stand up and reclaim the throne.